Attention Bell County property owners, the market is shifting fast. If you price your property wrong today, you could lose $20,000 or more. In this video, I'm counting down the top 5 market trends rocking our local real estate market this month of July. And these are the new stats you must know. Whether you're selling a home in Salado, buying land in Bell County, or just keeping an eye on your investment, trend number 3 might save you thousands alone on your next move. If these trends have you thinking about your next move, let's talk. I'm Trent Babb, your local real estate agent, land buzzard, and investor's hound dog here in Belton, Temple, Salado, and all over Bell County in Central Texas. Whether you're serious about selling your home, looking to buy land or a house, or looking to relocate here in Bell County, Texas, I'd love to help. You can reach out to me via text. My information is going to be right there, or just drop a message via the links in the description. No pressure. I'm just here to be a resource and help guide you through your next move. Let's make your real estate goals happen together. And these market shifts we're seeing right now, they're happening quick, and today I'm giving you the top 5 market trends you need to know before making your next move or investment. And trend number 3 is a big one we haven't seen in years. I'm all about helping you make smart, confident real estate decisions, whether you're buying, selling, or investing, or just curious about the Central Texas real estate market. Now this month, things are shifting. I've been deep in the MLS numbers, tracking price changes, listing activity, and working hands-on with buyers across Bell County and the Central Texas area. So I'm bringing you 5 real-time trends backed by numbers and what I'm seeing on the ground. So grab that coffee and let's get it. Okay, first up, let's talk about the inventory. You remember the market in 2021 and 2022, not only residential, but land as well. Blink and the house or that property, even 200 acres, was off the market. Now we have residential homes and land sticking around, hanging around the market much longer, and buyers now have way more options to choose from. Temple alone has over 1,000 active listings. That's up 30% more from this time last year. And Belton has over 130 active homes, which is up over 37% from last year. Now places like Salado, Little River Academy, pretty much across Central Texas, we're seeing for sale signs everywhere. And when you see more for sale signs, buyers, this is your shot. I'm having new clients feel this urgency of having to go find something, which that isn't the case now. It's not the same market feeling rushed like it was in the past 2 years. Inventory is up. Buyers have multiple homes to look at and compare them across the entire market. They can sleep on that and then make a decision. That's something rare we haven't seen in the last year and a half to really about 4 years. And sellers, this means that you have competition now. You're not the only home on the market anymore. Now, this doesn't mean you're not going to sell, but you must be priced right and marketed well. What I am seeing in the market right now is that with the home, if there is a good looking home in the market and it's priced right, it still is selling in under 14 days. So this isn't 2021. Buyers have choices now, and they're taking their time. Now let's go to trend number 2. The Belton ISD is still a driver in the Bell County real estate market. So let's zoom in on Belton for a second. The Belton ISD is still one of the strongest reasons that folks are moving here. Look, I've helped buyers specifically looking in the Belton ISD. I have homes for sale in Temple, Texas, but within the Belton ISD boundary line, and I am marketing it that way to attract those buyers that want to be in the Belton ISD. And that makes sense, right? The Belton ISD recently earned a B rating, even with the newer, tougher school grading systems. Belton is still seen as a strong community-driven district that's growing fast. Enrollment's up 1 to 6% per year, and they're already building new schools, especially elementary schools on the southeast side of Belton, to keep up with that growing pace. That growth drives demand for new homes, which again is more inventory. More families equals more retail, equals more jobs, and more investors looking in that area. And for those of you who own property in Belton, from an ISD perspective, that steady demand gives your home value a nice floor base in home evaluation. But just be prepared. Those new schools, they're funded by property taxes, right? And within the past year, especially this year, I have seen more and more homeowners be concerned with their property's value in comparison to last year's and the recent home sales because of property taxes. Which ties us into our next trend. And just real quick, if you're an investor and you're looking for off-market deals, give me a quick text right here, or you can reach me in the description below. Send me a text message of specific details you're looking for. I might have something for you already, or I'll go out and find an off-market deal specific to your criteria. Now, trend number 3, what you've all been waiting for. So here's the deal. Prices aren't shooting up like they were 2-3 years ago. We're actually seeing a little decline in prices, about 10%, but they're holding steady. Temple's median price right now is $280,000. In Belton, you're closer to $340,000 and ticking down. I think by the end of the year, it'll be around $330,000 a median price for Belton. And Salado is our luxury market here in Bell County, and you're going to see prices from $570,000 to $800,000 and working into the $1 million price range because of their bigger lots, newer constructed homes, and those prices are going to be determined on what's actually being sold in that month. But overall in Bell County and in Central Texas, I am seeing a slowdown in appreciation. But this isn't a crash, it is a correction. And quite frankly, this is what we are needing. I don't necessarily like the market where one side, the seller, or the one side, the buyer, is getting all the leverage. It's always better when both sides are working together, and that is healthy. Now, sellers, you can't just tack on $50,000 over your neighbor's asking price and expect it to be sold. Buyers have as much information as needed from YouTube videos like this or at their fingertips of their cell phone. So they know they have options right now, and they're bringing comps to the table. And quite frankly, a lender isn't going to lend over that comp anyways. So if you're overpriced, don't expect your home or property to sell in this real estate climate. Which brings us to the trend number 4. Buyers have negotiating power. Now, buyers, this one's for you. You finally have a little leverage here. I'm talking price cuts, closing costs, and yes, inspections actually mean something. You can actually negotiate some of the inspection and repairs that you find in the inspection report. I had a deal just last week, covered $2,000 in closing costs and got $5,000 in repairs fixed before closing. Now, 2 to 3 years ago, sellers would have laughed in your face and just went and got another offer. And if you're in for market for land or higher priced homes, you've got room to negotiate too. You're not left out either. Some of these listings have been sitting for a minute because of the things I explained earlier. Way too high on their asking price, not marketed well. And if sellers have already bought a new home and they're paying 2 mortgages, 2 electric bills, 2 water bills, they're ready to deal that property. So don't be scared to lowball an offer. If you see a home that has been priced high for a long time and with over 90 days on the market, lowball, lowball, lowball. Okay, now trend number 5 is going to tie everything together here. This is where interest rates are high, but deals are still happening. Rates for the most part this year and last year are sitting in the mid 6s and sometimes just over 7%. I get it, that stings. That's not 2020 interest rates where you get 2.6 or 3% interest rates. Those days are gone. But let me remind you, our parents were paying 9, 10, 12% interest rates. My real estate broker got in the business when interest rates were at 18% and people were still buying and selling. So this ain't the end of the world. And here's what I tell my buyers, and it's just the old saying, marry the house, date the rate. I know that saying's been around forever, but quite frankly, if you wait and prices go up, you're going to bitch about that. And if you wait and interest rates go up, you're going to bitch about that too. So moral of the story is, if you have the right amount of cash for the down payment and you can afford the monthly mortgage, don't just make the decision based on trying to buy in the dip where the interest rates are low and the home prices are low. Make sure your decision is best fit in the interest of your family. And if you have a remote job and your job is going to bounce around 3 to 4 years, don't buy. If you're going to be in that position for at least 7 years at this point in this market, then you'll be fine. Go ahead and buy that home if it fits your family, right? And you can refi later if the interest rates do go down. Let's say in 3 years they do come back around, 4 years they do come back around. You can refi that interest. But the dream home that you missed out, that opportunity that you missed out, you cannot refi that. And in market climates like this, you see lenders be creative too. They have 2-to-1 interest rates buy downs. They'll even throw in 1% of the closing costs that they'll cover for you. You'll also have seller credits or concessions that sellers are giving up. And if you're in the commercial or investment realm, you also have some type of adjustable loans or interest only loans as well. So people are still buying selling and people are still selling. It's always going to happen that way. You just got to know your numbers and work with someone who will help you navigate those waters. And let's go to trend number 5, land and acreage. The quiet opportunity, especially in today's market, that sellers just can't ignore. Now, this is something I have a personal connection with. I love land and acreage, especially to build a house on or to redevelop or subdivide, things of those natures. That is my shit. I've bought it, I've built on it, and I've brokered those deals. So listen closely, because whether you're holding 2 acres or 200, 300 acres, this market shift is your window to play off in. So first off, like everything else, inventory is up and properties are sitting longer, especially acreage. If you're 100 acres plus, you're going to be sitting on the market for at least a year, 8 months to a year and a half. Just depends on what your property looks like, the utilities, the location of the property. All those things play a huge factor in the time to sell that property, along with marketing. But we've got dozens of land listings on the market, ranging from residential lots to development ready tracts and opportunities. I'm talking 1 to 5 acre home sites priced at $125,000 to $225,000. So you're around $25,000 to $45,000 depending on location and utilities. When you get into land, those items play a huge difference in your price per acre, and that's what we're looking for when we come to land. Now, if we go to 6 to 20 acre tracts, hovering between 15 and 30,000 per acre, depending on the proximity to Belton and Salado and I-35 or I-14. If you have a property in that area and you want a quick valuation on it, no pressure or anything, you just want to know how much it's worth at this second, my information's right here. Give me a quick text, let me know the details on it, and I will help you out to give you the most concise property valuation for that property. Now let's move along to 20 to 50 acre ranches, outlying areas like Holland, Rogers, and east of Academy, selling for $7,000 to $15,000 an acre. Now, if you watched my recent market updates in that area, you know about the solar farm in Rogers and just north of Rogers that's powering the power plant of Temple. That area is where you're going to see mostly around the $7,000 to $8,000 price per acre range, just depending on what month or what has been sold during that month. And now your large acre scale, 100 plus acres, these are your investment tracts, and you're going to get anywhere from $5,000 per acre to $12,000 per acre, depending on the road frontage, ag exemption, and the potential use of the property. And that is highly dependent on the location of that property when you're getting into those big acreage tracts. Now, $12,000 an acre is just recent sales the past 180 days. So that price per acre, depending on what's sold in that month or the last 6 months, there could be a huge swing in price per acre, but it's totally dependent on your location, utilities, road access, and what the city is going to allow developed on that property. Now, here's the kicker. When you get into acreage, especially the bigger tracts, you're going to have longer days on the market, as I touched on a little bit earlier. Anywhere from 6 months to a year and a half, depending on what your property is, what it looks like, and the utilities available, how ready it is to build on. But just know that's not a red flag. That's just the climate of today, and that's also leverage for both buyers and sellers who know how to play the game right. If you're a seller holding land, understand this. Buyers today are cautious because land loans are expensive right now. Interest rates on raw land are typically higher than just a normal mortgage loan. So we're seeing anywhere from 7.5% to 9% for a raw land loan at the moment. And that's if you can find a bank, or if you have a long-standing relationship with that bank, with your bank, that's going to help you be aggressive in that purchase. And that's why pricing and positioning is everything in this market. You have utilities ready in place, that's huge. You have county road access or highway frontage, even better. If you're on I-35 and you have development potential, give me a call. The more ready your land is, ready to build and develop, the better shot you have at full price or near to it. If it's raw land in rural area, you're going to need flexibility in your terms and your pricing. Now, this is a pro tip for sellers. Don't wait until the fall to list your property. The summer brings outdoor listing buyers, right? RV park developers, subdivision developers, storage facility investors, even folks looking to build bigger tract homes, 2 to 5 acre homes, and re-subdivide those properties. I've got clients looking right now for those types of properties, especially with bigger tract home properties that have subdividing opportunities or potential. And to my acreage owners that own 10 to 40 acres that's partially developed or underutilized, you're sitting on a gold mine right now because you're hitting right in that price point for the middle of the class developers or new construction home builders. Now, especially if you're near Loop 121, somewhere close to Northwest Belton, or along FM 439, or with anywhere easy access to I-35 or I-14, or between Belton and Little River Academy. Now, you may not want to subdivide that property, but trust me, the buyers want that optionality. So there it is, your market snapshot of Salado, Belton, Temple, and the Bell County market here in Central Texas. If you're looking to sell your home, buy a piece of property, buy your first one, or grab some land while it's quiet, now is the time to get strategic. If you have questions and want a straight answer on what your place is worth, shoot me a quick text. My information is right there or in this description below. I will also have a Google link calendar so that we can set up a 15-minute consultation, or just give me a quick text, whichever you prefer. You can also comment below with any questions or just talking topics, and I'll reply to all of them personally. And hey, if you like this video, you thought I did a good job, please like, subscribe, turn on the notifications so that you'll know what is happening in the Bell County, Central Texas real estate market. And also do me a huge favor and share this video with anyone you know that wants to do the same thing or move to the Central Texas area. I'm Trent Babb, your Central Texas real estate buzzard. Next, I'm going to show you what $570,000 will buy you in the Belton ISD. But until then, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one.
Hey, to whoever may need this nugget of encouragement, things will be alright, so quit your worry, I get it.